podcasters. So today we're here with a special guest. This is your Franconia District School Board Representative, Marcia St. John Cunning. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
So you were recently elected, correct?
Yes, this is my first election and my first term.
Congratulations. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you've been connected to FCPS in the past.
So I have children that went to FCPS, and I started working in FCPS as a volunteer, really, a parent volunteer, and out of that came the request from the principal that I consider the position of becoming a family liaison, and I decided to do it as a part-time job to be in the school of my children. And after that I fell in love with the position, and so 26 years later I am now a school board member. But during that duration I worked as a at the time it was called parent liaison, now it's family liaison, at Rose Hill Elementary, Bucknell Elementary, did some work at Edison, and then I became the Region 3 family engagement rep that kind of overlooked all the family liaisons. And they were going to pilot a program for community school coordinators, which I thought was something that was very important and that I was interested in. So I applied for that position and then was working at Mount Vernon Woods Elementary. And although that position was not actually an FCPS job, it was a job where I was on site, kind of like an SRO, even though I was paid through a grant by another organization.
What would your advice be to students who feel as if they're overlooked or as if their voices don't matter?
One of the biggest things I say is every voice matters, and I would encourage every student to recognize that what they bring and their superpower is that there is no one like them. They are unique, and that is their superpower. And even if it's different than what is considered the norm, that makes it even a greater superpower. I would encourage them to get involved in whatever activity they like, be it athletics, be it theater, be it music, be it the visual arts, be it gaming, that they bring their strengths. But I also have said, work with your strengths, but also try to strengthen your weaknesses. And I hope that every student recognizes that they are critical, not only in our school system, but in our community.
So on a lighter note, this is probably the number one question students have asked me to ask you about. School lunches, what's being done to improve them? Are they getting better?
So I know that we're recognizing that across the board, we're recognizing that it's important to have good food and good nutritious food for our students, and not just to buy the least expensive food that really sometimes doesn't have nutritional value. And to that extent, we do have a new food and nutrition manager that is very proactive. His name is Sean Scoville, I believe. I may have gotten the name wrong, but at any rate, he is really introducing the idea of fresher foods. We see a lot of gardens in schools where now they're using that in the cafeteria. So I completely agree with you, and I think that young kids and young people and young adults are recognizing the value of having nutritious food versus food that may taste good, but it's empty calories. And so there's tastings that you can go and have, and I would encourage you, and I would try to get that information to you when that's being done, because the Food and Nutritious Office is doing that, so that then as students you could taste the food and say, this is what we want. So you can even have a voice in what you want to have in your cafeteria. And we're trying to move towards more of the food being cooked in the cafeteria as opposed to coming in and just being warmed up.
That is absolutely amazing. Because school food, that's the number one complaint I hear. Oh my gosh, cafeteria food sucks, yada yada. Yeah. And then if kids are just hungry all day, they can't think or focus, or it's just hungry.
No, you're right, and that's important. And so it's important that the movement within our community is not just to make sure that kids are getting food that they like, but in some communities making sure that kids are getting food, because that's the flip side of the coin, that sometimes it's not even that the food isn't good, it's that some kids don't really have resources, and they are hungry because of poverty. And so trying to ensure that kids are getting food, number one, that they like, and number two, that they're getting food so that they don't go hungry.
So that is all we have for the questions today. I'd just like to say thank you on behalf of the Lancer Media team and the school for coming out and talking to us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the invitation, and I have been out to the Lancer world several times as a new board member, and I have been very impressed by the staff, by the students. You guys are doing amazing work here, Lancers. You guys are a great community, and keep on doing what you're doing, and keep on growing, and keep on teaching us, the adults, and letting us know what you need, because that is why I am in office. I'm here to represent you. It's not my voice that matters, it's the community voice. After all, it's not an appointed a position, it's an elected official. So please, anyone that's listening to this, if there's something that you want to talk about, don't hesitate to contact me, email me, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is representing your voice.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Lancers.